Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to Heat Breakdown. I gotta tell you, I'm amazed at how popular we've become in one short week. YouTube has already given us an award for the amount of subscribers, and I thank all you guys for being a part of the conversation. Let's get to the game. Phoenix was in town, and they certainly looked like they had traveled across country in a long plane ride because they were tired, they looked tight, they didn't shoot well at all, and Chris Bosh came to play.
Miami opens up in a UCLA high post offense where you'll see Arroyo do a UCLA cut, LeBron will pop out, and you're going to see Chris Bosh duck in the low post. This is textbook basketball, beautiful offense, nice finish at the rim. But here's what I don't understand. They just did a nice offense the time before, and here there is no offense. They kind of spread the floor, they sort of do a screen and roll, they throw the ball around, everyone's standing around. This is not offense. I have no idea what they're doing. There's a simple out of bounds play where Chris Bosh will come around off a double screen. Channing Frye's defense is so bad, he's too close to him to start that he can't get around that screen and to get a layup. Miami never intended to get a layup on that shot. Watch LeBron James' defense here. He's in his stance, he's intense, he's seeing the ball on his man. Now here he's going to get picked off of this screen. However, he stays in the play, gets in the rotation, and then hustles his ass off to get that shot. I've never been a fan of Jay Rich, and here's why. His transition defense is terrible. Turk Lou takes his man in transition. He never finds somebody else to guard, and this is why Bosh was having a career night. Miami also caught the Suns on a good night for them. The Suns only shot 26% from three-point land, and shots like these that are wide open normally go in. The Heat have to decide if they want to keep Ilgauskas out there because he's a real liability on defense, just too slow. They try to even it out by taking advantage of his size on offense. However, there is no movement. He needs cutters to go by him to make the defense honest. Otherwise, they collapse on him, and here he's going to kind of fall down. It's sort of sad. And at this point, there is no other offense. There's no movement, there's no nothing, and they just toss the ball in the corner for a three. Can someone tell me what Dwayne Wade was trying to do here? Based on the season so far, I would have given Bosh this shot all day. However, he was on fire. Carlos Arroyo's defense is a problem, and it's not physical. He needs to be closer to Steve Nash as his screen comes so he can slide in there and get around it a lot easier. Instead, he gets stuck into the screen. Now the Heat have to cover for him, and they're in full rotation mode. The rotation is there, it's just a little too slow for a team like Phoenix. And what is Eddie House looking for in there? Buried treasure? The Heat are still having trouble executing basic offense. Zipper cut here, but Ilgauskas is supposed to screen Bosh. Bosh doesn't wait for it. He actually grabs his man a little bit. And then they go to their default screen and roll on the top. They don't get a really good shot, but they get bailed out by the refs here with a foul call. Watch LeBron's excellent defense here. He fights through the screen and then works to cut Grant Hill off, moves his feet really well, contests the shot, and forces the miss. I think Chris Bosh really hustles on defense really well. He has just no idea how to play defense. Here, he should be chasing Frye on the right side of that screen. Instead, he goes to his left, Frye does a flare cut, and he gets an open shot. If they can just teach Frye how to play defense, I'm sure he'll be really good at it. Here's an interesting observation I've noticed. When LeBron gets the offensive rebound, they clear out for him on the left side, and I think he is completely uncomfortable doing this. He'd much rather be running an offense on top, but when they clear out for him, he does a really weak move in the post and gets a really bad turnover. On this screen and roll with Phoenix, you'll see Chris Bosh hedge very nicely on Steve Nash. However, when they rotate over from this, you're not going to believe who's supposed to be helping. Dwayne Wade. But watch what he does here. He never even steps over. He actually goes away from the pass, and Chris Bosh is forced to foul him to stop the layup. Here's Phoenix's favorite play. They're going to run Jay Rich off of a curl, and that's going to force Juwan Howard to come over and help. That means Channing Frye is going to flare to the corner. There's virtually nothing you can do to stop this play, short of stopping Jay Rich from catching the ball in the first place. LeBron takes plays off on defense too. He probably gets tired by the end of the first quarter. Watch him stand straight up and down here. He's not in position so that when Jay Rich cuts, he's already like 3 steps behind. He never catches up, neither does the defense, and Jay Rich gets a nice easy pull-up jump shot. Do you think that Phoenix wishes they still had Stoudemire to finish on a play like this? They ran UCLA high post the first play of the game for a nice shot. They do it now, 15 minutes later, and they get another good shot.
Why aren't they doing this more consistently? This is the offense they should be running to get good shots. Here's an example of Dwayne Wade's horrible transition defense. Watch as he stops the ball, which is okay, but now that they've got it stopped, it's his man in the corner, Jason Richardson. He just turns and he's walking, he's watching him dribble to the basket, and now that he goes to the basket, he moves over but doesn't even challenge the shot. This is terrible stuff, man. On the next play, Wade probably decided he's going to get that two back. So they do a quick cut, get out of his way, he goes right to the basket for a real nice dunk. On a screen and roll for the Phoenix Suns, Haslam hedges and then sticks his hand out and gets a beautiful steal on that pass. Wade picks up the loose ball and goes right in for the steal and the dunk, and this is when the wheels fell off for the Suns. Miami's offense still doesn't look crisp, especially against the zone here. LeBron James' handle isn't perfect. See, he almost loses the ball there and takes a terrible fadeaway. And then Dwayne Wade gets the ball back and decides, you know what, I'm going to take this zone on. So he dribbles through his legs a bunch of times and doesn't move the ball, fakes the guy up in the air and doesn't get a call on this jump shot. Not a good offensive possession. Phoenix is in a 2-3 zone. Steve Nash is one of the guards on top, but Jay Rich has screwed this up because he should be a guard on top. Instead, both him and Grant Hill are playing the forward position. One quick dribble, Grant Hill is nowhere in position to stop that James Jones 3, and the game is virtually over at this point. So there you have it, folks. The Miami Heat offense is still not a well-oiled machine, and against the top 5 defense, they're going to struggle mightily to get good shots. That said, without Lopez down low for the Suns, they were undermanned, and when you get Chris Bosh going off like he did out of his mind, it's a recipe for disaster for the Suns. I also want to call your attention to the Heat.com message boards, because it's certainly a lively conversation filled with, well, awful people, really, but I love them because it's a really great conversation going on there, and I just discovered them, and I want to welcome them to the Heat Breakdown channel and all of our other fans. Keep up the good work, fellas, and we'll see what you have to say about this one, because don't forget, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.